Hey guys, Super Blade Anime here, and today we're gonna be attempting a shiny lock of Pokemon Emerald using only ground types. Ground is weak to water, ice, and grass, one of which a gym leader has and an Elite Four member has as well, and Champion Wallace has an entire team of water type Pokemon with ice attacks, so that could suck a lot. Anyways, the odds for this ROM are 1 in 25, so shinies are very common. Here are the rules. 1. If a member faints, I have to release it. 2. I must name every Pokemon. 3. Every shiny must be legitimately hunted, so no trading, no cheating, and definitely no hacking. Now with that being said, let's get started. So right off the bat, I'm gonna go pick my starter. I decided to pick Mudkip because its evolutions, Swampert and Marshtomp, are both turned into a ground type. I'll see you when I get the shiny. Anyways, I'm back. It took a total of 10 resets for a shiny Mudkip. That's pretty cool. So anyway, I decided to go and name my Mudkip Jelly, because Jelly is purple sometimes. At least Grape Jelly is. I don't know, I just thought it would be a cool name, and it is. Now I battle a rival. She goes and sends out Trico, I send out Jelly. I go and use a tackle, doing good damage. It uses a pound, getting a critical hit. I go and use another tackle, KOing the Trico, beating our rival. Anyway, after a bit of levels, the Jelly evolves into a Marshall, so now this all makes sense. Now I take on the first gym, trying to earn my first gym badge. Roxanne goes and sends out Geodude, while I send out Jelly. I go and for a water gun, one hit KOing the Geodude. And now, Roxanne goes and sends out our other Geodude, while I use another water gun, one hit KOing the Geodude. Then he sends out Nosepass. I go for a Mud Shot, doing good damage while lowering its speed. It goes for Rock Tomb, also lowering my speed. And heals with the Oranberry. I go for another Mud Shot, almost KOing the Nosepass. Then uses Block, now I can't escape, although that doesn't really matter. Then she uses a Potion. And I go for a Water Gun, getting critical hits, KOing the Nosepass, earning us our first gym badge. Now I will go for my next member, Nincada. I'll see you when I get my shiny. And there we go, shiny Nincada after 24 encounters, one away from, or rather, one more encounter until odds, I should say. Anyway, I decided to go and name it Gold because its shiny is literally made out of gold. I really like this shiny. This will only be a temporary Pokemon, given the fact that its evolutions aren't lose its ground typing. So this is gonna be something for now, remember, that'll help us with grass types. Now I battle our rival for the second time. He goes and sends out Wingull while I send out Jelly. I go and use a tackle, doing half damage. Well, it goes for Supersonic, confusing Jelly. I get confused, and then I murder Wingull with another tackle. She goes and sends out Trico while I send out Gold. I go and use a Leech Life while he uses a Leer, lowering my defense. I go use a Leech Life, doing half damage. It goes for another Leer, lowering my defense. Then I go for another Leech Life, healing the Trico, beating our rival again. Now I go for my next member, Geodude. I'll see you when I get the shiny. Anyway, I get my shiny Geodude after 13 encounters, not bad. Anyway, I decided to go and name the shiny Geodude Nugget, just because it kind of looks like the item Nugget, so I think that this name is pretty fitting. And then after a bit, Nugget goes and evolves into a Graveler. Sadly, because this is an emulator, we can't really evolve it. Now I go and battle the next gym. He goes and sends out Machop while I send out Jelly. Yes, I know, my team is very over-leveled, but that's because Brawly's Mako Heater is freaking evil. Anyway, I go and use a Mudshot, one hit KOing the Machop with a critical hit. Then, he sends out his Meditite, which I use another Mudshot, one hit KOing. Now, let's see, can I beat up this Makuhita? And let's see, I go for a Mudshot, but the attack misses. He goes for a Bulk Up, raising its defense. I go for another Mudshot, doing half damage. He uses another Bulk Up, which really does scare me. And he also the Citrus Berry, oh my goodness. I go for a Mudshot, doing okay damage. It goes for another Bulk Up, oh my goodness. And I go for another Mudshot, almost KOing it. Use a Reversal, oh my goodness. So anyway, he healed with a Super Potion. I go for a Mudshot, lowering its speed. It goes for a vital throw, thankfully not doing a lot. I go for one more mud shot, blowing with speed. Go for another vital throw. Last time I go for a water gun, actually KOing the Makuhita, earning us the second gym badge. Now I battle my rival again. He goes and sends out Lingo while I send out Nugget. This could kinda suck. Anyway, oh, it goes for a water gun. Thankfully not killing, but the attack misses. So then I switch to Jelly because I'm very scared that I would lose. Nugget, especially since Nugget's good right now. I do good damage while I use the wing attack. I use another tackle, KOing the Wingle. Anyway, I send out Gold, while she goes and sends out Grovile. It uses a Pursuit, doing okay damage. Then I use Leech Life, getting health back. The Grovile then sends out Slugma, and as a Leech Life not being very effective. Then in this situation, I send out Jelly, uses Ember, not very effective. I use a Water Gun, KOing the Slugma. Now it's back to Grovile. Anyway, I go and use more Leech Life, so I use a Pursuit. I almost KO the Grovile, leaving it at like 1 HP. Uses Absorb, gains some HP back, then another Leech Life KOs the Grovile, beating our rival. Now I battle Watson, and let me just show you something. Alright? Let me just show you how broken the move Magnitude. Oh, just self-destruct. Alright, I guess that works. Alright, now for Electrike, Leer, doesn't matter. Magnitude 8, boom, just destroys this Electrike. Oh, Magneton, not a problem. Ooh, like that shiny by the way. Supersonic, detect misses, Magnitude 7, boom, destroys Magneton. Oh, and what's next? A Maniac Trick? Not a problem at all. How? Yeah, like that's gonna help you. Magnitude 7. Oh, and there we go. We earned the third gym badge. Yes. Anyway, I'm gonna go for my next member, Numel. I'll see you when I get the shiny. Okay, so we had shiny Numel on the very first encounter. Very interesting. Alright, I'll take it. Anyway, I decided to go and name him Volcano because I feel like it's a great name, very fitting, considering that it's a camel with a volcano on its back. I think that's pretty cool. Now, I go for my next member, Sandshrew. I'll see you when I get the shiny. Okay, I have to apologize. Sandshrew is actually not on here. It's there in the original Ruby and Sapphire, but not in Emerald for some reason. So, I apologize for that. Now I battle Maxie. He goes and sends out Mighty Animal while I send out Gold, hoping for the best while he uses Intimidate. I go for a Leech Life while he uses Bite, you're doing a lot of damage. Wow, that does no damage at all. Hoping for better luck, I go and send out Nugget while he uses Bite. Going for Rock Smash while he uses Bite. Still not doing a lot. Anyway, after healing, I decide to go and use a Sanitize while I use Magnitude 8, KOing the Mighty Anna. Next it goes and sends out Camera while I send out Jelly, being level 25, which does not make any sense considering that my Numel is level 30 and I still have not evolved it. Whatever. Anyway, I KO Camera with 2 water guns. Then he sends out Zubat, which Nugget is easily the best for. Anyway, I go and use a Rock Throw, KOing the Zubat, defeating this leader. And then, after a little while bit, Jelly evolves into a Swampert. And then, afterwards, Volcano evolves into a Camerupt. Now I battle the 4th gym leader. He goes and sends out Numel while I send out Volcano. I go and use a Magnitude, destroying the Numel. And now, he sends out Slugma. Swear to God, if I hear a Slugma note, I'm gonna use Nutstroke in the comments. I don't know what I'll do, but I don't know. Anyway, like, I murdered the Slugma with 2 Magnitudes. Then, she sends out Camerupt. I go and use Magnitude 9, 1-hit KOing it, and why is it level 26? It literally took me to level 30 to evolve my normal to Camerupt. I don't know why these people have low-level Camerupts. I don't get that. Anyway, he goes and sends out Torkoal while I use Magnitude 8, almost KOing it. He's a Sunny Day. I assume that they're going to go for a Rock Slide, or they go for a Hyper Potion. I go and use a Rock Slide, doing okay damage. Then, I go for a magnitude 6, KO the Torkoal, earning us the 4th gym badge. And now this place is ground type heaven. It has 3 great ground types: Baltoy, Trapinch, and God, what was the other one? Sandshrew. This time Sandshrew is actually on this place. I'll see you when I get one of them. And look at that, I go and get a shiny Baltoy after only 2 encounters. Wow, that's pretty good. Anyway, I decided to go and name it Voodoo because it's a doll, so it kind of makes sense. Then, after a bit, Voodoo evolves into a clay doll. And there we go, shiny Trapinch after 28 encounters. I gotta say, this shiny looks really good in this game. I am such a fan. I am hooked. Anyway, I decided to go and name him Drake because I kinda felt like it. I don't know. After a bit, Drake evolves into a Vibrava. And there we go, shiny Sandshrew after 37 encounters, which is kind of a lot, which is because it's like 67 encounters total for this thing, but yeah. And then I decided to name him Knuckles, because its evolution Sandslash has a red shiny. I know now it doesn't make sense, but now later it will. Then after a small bit, Knuckles evolves into a Sandslash. Alright, now time to battle the 5th gym leader, Norman. And I'm gonna warn you, this might be a really long battle. Anyway, he goes and sends out Spinda while I send out Knuckles. I go for a Brick Break, with one hit KOing the Spinda. Anyway, he goes and sends out Vigoroth, who uses Facade, doing very little damage while I one hit KO it with Brick Break. Now, he sends out Linu, he uses Facade, but then one Brick Break, one hit KOs the Linu. And then now, for the annoying part, Slacking, who is shiny by the way. I go and use a Brick Break doing only half damage. He uses Counter, making us lose Knuckles. RIP. Anyway, I go and use Volcano. I went for an Earthquake. Oh, almost hit it. Then he uses a Hyper Potion. And then I go and use another Earthquake. Then another one. Then thankfully it's luffing around. Then he uses a Hyper Potion. And then I use a Flamethrower doing half damage. Then I use another Flamethrower, KOing the Slacking, earning us the 5th gym badge. Well, y'all know what this means. Alright. Now for the next rival. We go and send out Slugma, I send out Jerry. I go and use a Surf because we have that move now. And now, he goes and sends out Grovyle, which for that I switch on to Volcano. Yeah, Zingo, the Grovyle uses Screech and misses. Then I use a Flamethrower, one hit KO with the Grovyle. Then for Lombre, I go and send out Drake. I go and use a Dragon Breath, releases Flake, damn it. We get paralyzing the Lombre. I use a Swift, then I go for another Dragon Breath, KOing the Lombre. And beating our rival. Now I battle the next gym leader. And then I goes and sends out Sublu, I send out Nugget. He goes for a mirror move, but then it fails. And then I miss a Rock Blast. He goes for Perish Fine, then I use another Rock Blast, this time KOing the Swablu. Then he sends out Tropius, which I send out Volcamel for. And then he's Aerialist. Then I use a Flamethrower, one hit KOing the Tropius. Then he sends out Pelipper, who is kind of a pain, because, Then use a Protect. Then I try going for Tackle. Then I go for Tackle, not doing a lot. Then use Aerialist. Then I go for another Tackle. Then I use Supersonic Confusing Jelly. Then use Protect, and then Confuse. And then use a Protect, and Confuse, and then a Protected, Confuse, and Tackle, and Aerialist. Confuse, hurt itself and confuse it. Water Gun. Snap out of confusion, Tackle, almost KOing, Aerial Ace, but Hyper Potion, ruining everything. Tackle, Aerial Ace, Tackle, Supersonic, Confusion, Tackle, almost hitting, Aerial Ace, Confusion, hurt itself in Confusion, Aerial Ace, 4 HP, Confusion, Prince of Confusion, losing Jelly. Yay. My favorite thing ever. Anyway. Supersonic, Confusion, hurting itself in Confusion. Then Water Gun, Snap Daddy Confusion, Dry Breath, KOing Pelipper. My lord. I'm scared of what this Altaria has, so I'm gonna use, and then it has Earthquake, because of course it does. Rock Slide, one hit KO of the Altaria, thank god. We're leveling up. Then for the final thing, Skarmory. It goes for an air release, but then one flamethrower is enough to take down the Skarmory. Yay, earning us the next gym bag. Well, you know what that means. Goodbye, Jelly. Wait, what? Oh, I'm not sure. Okay, you know what? We'll just leave in the box. And then, after a little bit, Drake evolves into a Flygon. Now I'll go for my next member, Fampy. I'll see you when I get the shiny. And there we go. Shiny Fampy after 58 encounters. That took a little bit, but yeah, we got it. Now the only question is, will it get caught? And yes, it did. That's pretty cool. And I decided to name it Peter, even though it's a girl. I don't know why. I don't know why I decided to name it this. Maybe because, I don't know. I guess because the shiny Don thing kind of reminds me of Peter Pan in a way. I don't know. Now time to go for my next member, Rhyhorn. I'll see you when I get the shiny. And there we go. I'm Rhyhorn after only 11 encounters. Let's see. Will it be a catch or a fail? A catch? Well, I decided to name him Penny just because the color of shiny Rhyhorn looks like copper, like a penny. So yeah. And then after a bit, Penny evolves into a Rhydon. I swear to God, if I see any Rhydon these nuts jokes in the comments, I will ban them. And then afterwards, Peter evolves into a Donphan. Now I battle Maxie. Moon sends out my DM while I send out Penny, lowering my attack with Intimidate. Goes for Swagger, higher in my attack but confusing. Yep, Surf. Oh wow, that does my damage. I switch into Volcano, hoping for some luck. Then I go in my flamethrower to Swagger. I go in and use an Earthquake on the Mighty Oasis takedown. It's very confused. Then one Earthquake takes down the Mighty Enemy. Now I send out Penny while they send out a camera. I go and use a Surf, one hit KOing the almost. It uses Amnesia rate using its special defense. It uses a Super Potion, almost healing it. Then one more Surf is enough to take down the camel. Now Maxie sends out Crobat. I go and he uses a Bite, not doing a lot, but Penny flinches. I use another Bite, and I go for Rock Blast. The 2 Rock Blasts is enough to KO the Crobat. Now I battle our rival again. He goes and sends out Tropius while I send out Volcano. I go for a Flamethrower, one hit KO with the Tropius. I go and send out Drake while she goes and sends out Pelipper. It goes for Protect while I go for a Crunch, not hitting. I go for a Crunch doing half damage while he's finished, not doing a lot. When I use Protected, I use a Crunch. I go for another Crunch KOing the Pelipper. He goes and sends out Slugma while I give Peter a chance. I go and use a Rock Tomb, the one hit KOing the Slugma. Then May goes and sends out Grovyle while I send out Volcano. I go for it uses a Leaf Blade, not doing a lot. Then I use a Flamethrower, one hit KOing the Grovyle, beating our rival. Now time to go for my next member, Barboach. I'll see you when I get the shiny. Alright, ladies and gents, 5 encounters for a shiny Barboach, not bad. Anyway, I decided to name her Money because the evolution is with cash. Get it? No? Okay. Then later, Money evolves into a Whiscash, which I will say is a pretty underrated shiny. Next to me is Tate and Liza. They go and send out Claydol and Zatu. Well, I use Voodoo and Drake. I use a Shadow Ball on the Clay Doll. I use a Crunch on the Zatu. Yeah. It does half damage while they use Sunny Day. Then a Shadow Ball goes through, not doing only a bit. While he uses Light Screen. I go for a Shadow Ball and yet another Crunch. This time KOing the Zatu, and then they send out Lunatone. Then they use a Shadow Ball, doing a little bit more damage. They go for Psychic, doing okay damage. I go for another Shadow Ball and then another Crunch. Then they use a Hyper Potion, fully healing the Clay Doll. Then I do good damage on it, on the Lunatone, then good damage on the Clay Doll, lowering its special defense. It uses Hypnosis, but the attack misses. I go for another Shadow Ball and go for another Crunch on the Lunatone and the Clay Doll. I use a Shadow Ball, hitting critical hit, KOing the Clay Doll. Then they go and send out Soul Rock, and the Hypnosis misses. Then you get a Citrus Berry. I use a Shadow Ball on the Soul Rock and a Crunch on the Lunatone. The Lunatone almost dies, and the Shadow Ball does half damage to the Soul Rock, also lowering its special defense. It goes for a Flamethrower, and the Light Screen wears off, making this a little bit easier. Then I use a Shadow Ball on the Soul Rock, Crunch on the Lunatone, then they use a Hyper Potion, and then I use Crunch, doing half damage to the Lunatone, lowering the special defense. Then there's a Shadow Ball almost KOing the Soul Rock. Then I go and use a Shadow Ball on the Soul Rock, and then another Crunch on the Lunatone. This time KOing the Lunatone, and then Shadow Ball KOs the Soul Rock, earning us the 7th gym badge. Alright, now time to battle the next gym leader. He goes and sends out Love Dish, while I send out Drake. I go and use a Crunch, doing a good amount of damage. Then I fall in love by using another Crunch KOs the Love Dish. Alright, and I send out Money. Yes, I know my team is very overloaded, but that's because I'm scared of this Kingdra. Anyway, it uses a double team, making this more annoying. Then I use an Earthquake, doing half damage. It loses the rest, then it has a fucking Chester Berry, alright. And then I use Earthquake, doing half damage. Use an Ice Beam, not doing a lot. Then I use another Earthquake, almost KOing it, and then use a Hyper Potion, fully healing it. Then I use an Earthquake, doing half damage. Then is the Water Pulse, not doing a lot. Then I miss an Earthquake. His Water Pulse, not doing a lot. Earthquake, finally kills the Kingdom. Now, he goes and sends out, Whiscash, which thankfully does not have Ice Beam. So I go for a Crunch, doing okay damage, uses a Rain Dance. Then this time I decide to go for a Dragon Breath, doing a little bit more, raises the Water Pulse. And then, I go for a Crunch, KOing the Whiscash. Now he's gonna send out Celio while I send out Money. I go and revive Money, while Celio uses Water Pulse, doing okay damage. Then, I decide to go for an Earthquake, doing half damage, while he uses another Water Pulse and the rain stops. I go for another Earthquake, KOing the Celio. Then he sends out Crawdont. I go for an Earthquake, doing a lot of damage, using a Crab Hammer. Then he fully restores with a Hyper Potion. Then another Earthquake almost KOs it. But since I'm out, I use a Facade, killing the Crawdont, earning us the 8th gym badge. Now I battle my other rival Wally. He goes and sends out Altaria while I send out Voodoo. I go for an Ice Beam, one hit KOing the Altaria. Now I send out Roselia, and for that I go and use a Psychic, one hit KOing the Roselia as well. Now he sends out Delicate. For that I send out Volcano, because I think that's going to be the best option. Anyway, he uses Assist, and uses Dragon Breath, but then he goes for an Earthquake, one hit KOing the Delicate as well. And then he sends out Magneton, who's going to be no issue, and he misses Supersonic, then one Earthquake is enough to KO the Magneton. Oh, and then the scary Gardevoir. The scary Gardevoir. He uses a Future Sight. Then I go for an Earthquake, almost one hit KOing it. Then he uses a full Restore, and for that, I use a Flamethrower, almost KOing it. Then he uses a Psychic, not doing a lot, but another Flamethrower is enough to take out the Gardevoir, beating our other rival. Now time to battle the first Elite Four member, Sydney. He goes and sends out his Shiny Mightyena, while I send out Volcano, using Intimidate on me. Then, I uses a Sand Attack, lower my accuracy. Then I go for a Flamethrower, but it misses. Then he uses another Sand Attack. Then I go for a Flamethrower, actually hitting, one hit KOing the Mightyena. Now I send out Prada, while I send out Drake. Figure the best thing to do in this situation would be to use Fly. He goes for a sword stance, making this scary, but then one Fly does not even do a lot. Then I go for Dragon Breath, almost KOing the Prada. It needs his strength, doing a lot. So long story short, he used a full restore while I used Dragon Breath. Then he go for another Dragon Breath, KOing the Crawdont. Now he sends out Drift Tree while I send out Volcano. Then I use the double team, hiring his evasiveness. Then I go for a Flamethrower, one hit KOing the Shift Tree. Then he sends out Cacturn. In that situation, he uses Neil Arm, but then Volcano flinches. He uses another Leech Seed, which is bad, but then one Flamethrower, one hit KOs the Cactus. Now he sends out Absol. Well, in this case, I send out Peter, because, I don't know, I felt like it. Then he uses a Sword Fence, making this kind of scary, but then one Earthquake, one almost KOs the Absol, but has a Citrus Berry. Then he uses a Slash, not doing a lot, but then one Earthquake KOs the Absol, beating the first Elite Four member. Now I battle the next Elite Four member, Phoebe. He goes and sends out Dusclops, where I send out Drake. Alright, now he uses Protect. We'll try going for a Crunch. Use another Protect, but it fails. Then I almost KO it with the Crunch, lowering its special defense though. Then use a Protect, which sucks, especially since this thing has Pressure. Then fills with Protect, then I use a Dragon Breath, KOing this Dusclops. Now she sends out the scary Dusclops, you know, the one that has like Earthquake and Ice Beam? Yeah. This time I go for an Earthquake, doing okay damage. Use a Shadow Ball, lowering my special defense. Then, and this time, I go for Surf, almost KOing it. Loses Ice Beam, but then the Citrus Berry heals. Then, one Surf KOs the Dusclops. Wow, that was easy. I hand it over back to Drake while she sends out Banette. I go for a Crunch, almost KOing it, then uses a Grudge. Then, uses a Dragon Breath, KOing the Banette. Then she sends out Sableye, which for that there's no more PV apparently. Then just randomly I just send out Peter because I feel like it. And then it just uses double team. Then I go in for an Earthquake, one almost KOing the Sableye. And uses a full restore. I use another Earthquake, this time KOing this Sableye. Then she sends out Banette, the last Pokemon. He uses a Psychic, not doing a lot. But then one Earthquake, one hit kills Banette, beating the second Elite Four member. Now time to battle the scariest Elite Four member, Glacia. She sends out Celio while I send out Money. Money goes for an Earthquake, doing half damage, while Celio goes for Hail. Then I'm pelted by the Hail. Then another Earthquake KOs the Celio. But thankfully, the Glalie aren't that bad, because for that I can use Volcano. And then he uses a Light Screen, which kind of sucks, but one Flamethrower was almost half, or rather did more than a little more. Well, you know what I mean. Then another Flamethrower KOs the first Glalie. Risking it all, I decided to go for Penny against the goddamn Walrein, because I don't really have much of a choice here. Anyways, it uses an Ice Beam, thankfully not surviving, Jesus Christ. Alright, this might be the end of our Nuzlocke, actually. So this time I go for an Earthquake, doing, wow, a lot of damage, while he uses an Ice Beam, and then heals with Citrus Berry. Then another Earthquake KOs the Walrein. I was expecting a lot worse. She sends out another Celio, while I use an Earthquake to one-hit KOing the Celio. This is amazing. Now she sends out the last Glalie. For that, I send out Volcano. Okay, we just need to defeat this, and uses Hail, but that's not a problem. One Flamethrower is enough to kill the Glalie, and yes, my problems. I'm so relieved to be done with this Elite Four member. I swear, I was scared of this one for a long time. Now I battle Drake, who's gonna be surprisingly easy. And I send out Voodoo, in which I have Ice Beam 4. Yes, so one hit KO the Shogun. The Kingdra. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, maybe this is not gonna be so easy. Okay, and then I send out Drake, which thankfully this Kingdra does not have ice attacks. It does have Dragon Dance though, so that kind of sucks. But one Dragon Breath does half. Then he uses a third Dragon Dance. Wow, this thing is throwing. Another Dragon Breath is enough to take down the Kingdra. Alright, now back to easy sailing. Okay, now he sends out Flygon, which is 4 times weak to ice, which I one-hit KO it with Ice Beam, with a critical hit too. Okay, now he sends out Salamence, which is supposed to be his ace, which has Intimidate, but it has Crunch. Oh, that does a lot, lowering my special defense. But one Ice Beam is enough to KO the Salamence. Now his last Pokemon is a joke too. Altaria, Ice Beam, boom, done. Alright. And then we defeat Drake that easily. Alright, now it's time for the scariest battle of the entire game, Wallace. Alright. He goes and sends out Wailord, which is a good shiny by the way. I go and use an Earthquake, doing about half damage, while he uses a Blizzard. Then I go for another Earthquake, KOing the Wailord. Now he sends out Ludicolo. And for that, I send out Drake. For that, I go and use a Fly while it tries using a double team, which can suck, which does the Fly does miss, and uses another one. This is going to make this thing very long. The Surf misses, and then I use the Fly, while almost KOing the Ludicolo while he uses double team. I will use a full restore. So then, I go and use the Fly, but the attack misses while he uses another double team. Jesus Christ. I go and use another Fly, but then he uses double team. This is never gonna end. So, we'll just try to do this as fast as possible. I changed the speed to 4x to make this a little bit faster. Then, more double team, and then Fly misses. And then, more Fly, sure, double team. The Fly, the attack misses, and then Flygon's dead. Yeah, I think this is the end of this one. Let's just quickly get this over with. Okay, Volcano. Tries going, Surf, dead. Money? All of its moves suck. Misses, Giga Train, almost dead. And I quick misses, yes. Okay, Peter, Surf, dead, almost dead, but not really, not dead. Voodoo, ha ha ha. Ice Beam, misses, Leech Seed, oh, not dead yet. Attack misses, Surf, almost dead. Ice Beam misses, Surf, dead, and we lost. Well, that's the end of the video. I'm so sorry we could not make it, but, well, so no, we could not do this. We cannot do this, but anyway, yeah. Anyway, bye.